Man, oh man, here we go again. We're back with some second channel action. Now last week on the second channel, guys, we pulled the Mercedes in, pulled the body off, and we reinstalled our freshly rebuilt 700 R4 with our small block Chevrolet. And we refitted our exhaust, welding up the Grand Canyon and some V bands where we go rust, stainless, to aluminized. Who knows what this is? And y'all know what it is here on the second channel. It's a whole shot. On like this thing, we're just gonna work on what we can get done today. Especially today, I gotta be shut down definitely by 4 o'clock. We got regionals for volleyball an hour and a half away. So anyhow, we're gonna get into it. And I just realized something. I realized last week I did not install our strut rod deluxe, which bolts down here and goes up to there. But do not fear, it's gonna clear. I was gonna say, that'll be the second time I've built exhaust right in the way on a 4-wheel drive this month. So I know last week we kind of left off and I was looking at, I was kind of playing with some drive shafts and stuff. I did order that U-joint. It should have been in by the parts house around this time now. It should have come in. So maybe they'll send it out. However, this go around, I'm not too worried about that because, woo, hey, y'all ever crack a bolt and you pull the old oil and grease out on them threads and it just smells stinky? We got a case of the stinky threads going on right here, folks. Classic case of the stink threads. They'll get you. Today, I'm more worried about doing some cutting of the sheet metal. And yes, I'm aware this strut rod is not sheet metal, okay? But if I don't install it now, I may never remember again. So we're gonna tighten this sucker down. What the heck? How did y'all turn yourself looking the wrong way? She's got a case of the weak battery. As we go to start cutting out all that, we're gonna need to cut for the firewall as well, I do believe, so that distributor can clear. So I'll roll this back, we'll get her sat down, that way we can mark the firewall, cut everything out one whole shot. Sounds like our U-joints here. Theodore's excited. All right, we got brake lines here we gotta worry about. Don't wanna be crushing them. Here I go with you. Did he load up?
I thought he was going to.
Hey,
what are you doing,
Mickey, don't you jumping on him?
Yeah, dude.
He said, yeah, dude. That dog lover.
Come here, Theo. Come here.
Oh yeah, Mickey. That's Theo's favorite driver and vice versa. Gotta love small town guys. Mickey was a grade ahead of me. I was in track with him. He got that long hair. We used to call him Jesus. Don't strike me down. I'm just telling you what we used to call him back then. All right. She ain't, whoa, threw my marker. She ain't quite centered up left or right. Got her set down. The body mounts would not hit right now. The car's shifted this way. It needs to shift over about 1.5 inches. So let's say if right there was center, if she was centered up, the center would really be about right in there. So distributor cap with wires, I'm just gonna say we ought to lop out to right at this top edge, whatever this support is. Oh, wanna be ornery, huh? On your marks. Good, set, go. Woo, time. Well, I just told y'all, damn track and field champion 2008. Oh, that's not true. I was too ornery and did everything besides run. They asked me to never come back. That part is true. Now, as far as pulling interior and stuff, it's not the easiest thing to do on a lift. Now, luckily, we've got my trusty body carts. As you can see, those were the cheapo. I don't even know if they sell those cheap ones anymore at the Pittsburgh or at the Harbor Freight, I mean. car dollies, little 1.5-inch square tubing. I've had so many different vehicles adapted to fit on these over the years, it ain't even funny. So let's see if we can jig that body onto this. That way we can get it out of the lift. It'll also be lower to the ground, easier to get in and out of, easier to open doors on, aka easier to cut the floor out of that old rig. What the hell? Hey, found my glasses I've been looking for. Today's gonna be a good day. Yeah. Couple around the world won't hurt nothing. Yeah, it looks like I boogered up our threads on that bolt. It's all right. These really just work as kind of alignment pin, and it's not like we're planning on picking up on it, so it'll stay. Do not be scared. Now the back was pretty easy and obvious. Let's see what we got to do up front. Now let me say, I usually don't weld unless I have to, and these parts, they're just a lip, so that'll be really easy to cut off. And these are getting cut off at some point anyhow. So for right now, it kind of sort of makes sense to just set that down and weld it right there, because we can easily cut that off. Michael Jackson kicked in a minute, guys. I gotta practice more. I done pulled something up in my groin. Dang you, Michael. Hey, Puddin', are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Puddin'? You've been struck by old age. Forward, ho! I'm glad we did that. Look how wide that door swings. I mean, why wouldn't the door open up quite well? These were for royalty to ride around in. Hey, I found that distributor cap I was looking for. In fact, I know we got to pull out of the interior, but some of this other stuff, well, some of it come with the car. Some of it's stuff that I gathered and thought we may end up needing. Like our steering column that come out of the Travelall, aftermarket GM style one. She's a little too worn out for the Travelall, but may be perfect for something like this. Oh, watch out, we even got a couple plug wires and trim that I don't even know what goes where. Ooh, fiberglass taillight repair. Fancy. We got all kinds of little extra doodads that really don't matter right now. So most of this, we're just gonna swap in the trunk. That way next time we go to climb in here to put the body bolts in, it's a pain in the butt. Plan ahead, always. Right back here, burnt into the package tray, some of our old literature. Repair manuals, owner manuals. House carpet, yum. Nothing like pulling a seat and seeing a scary clown staring at you. Ronald, what are you doing underneath there, huh? Hey, found our hood emblem. That's all right. And we're gonna go ahead and pull all of this. As of right now, it does look like the rust stops kind of up in that floor pan area, which is good because I'd love to just be able to put the factory seat back in this rear. All that trash. I love the idea of having the back seat. Me and the boys, we can load up 4 deep if we want. Go grab lunch or something. Here's what I don't like the idea of. Slicks, Bill, Uncle Rick's feet going through that floor. Probably would help keep your feet cool though. Do not forget, oh yeah, she had the custom stereo. This right here is my favorite way to repair a floor, guys. Very common. First, you want to take one mat, then you just get you another mat, and then if you keep following through, you get you another mat, and then if you keep following through, you get you a piece of metal, then if you keep following through, you get you a chunk of wood, or 2, or 3, or 4, and then you want to bill the person for that awesome repair. See, cost assessment right there. And next thing you know, your floors are just fixed. That'll fix it. Golly. Remember the people in the first video who was crying saying I ruined this classic car? What a piece of crap. You ruined it. Oh yes, because it had awesome repair work. Fiberglass taillights and plywood, metal, carpeted floor pans. Perfect. Dang, top stitch Taylor. Just playing. Gonna ditch the Concords. And unfortunately, our front seats ain't gonna pull out quite as easy as a holy freaking horn button. That thing's a hog and a half. We gotta figure out how to get these out of here. Holy long legs. Yeah. Oh, that makes perfect sense. The German engineering. Don't put a hex head up front. Let's swap that to a flat head. And then we'll talk about superb. How superb the German engineering is. This definitely would not be easier with another hex bolt right there. Let's do a little Pot County engineering. Put us a wrench on here for a little leverage. And she turned. So we just need about 1:45. And we'll get this one out. I forgot you Germans like to live dangerously, okay? Impacts on flatheads, what could go wrong? Thankfully I remembered I had that, or that was about to be a long morning. She's free. This side came out just the same. I was hoping we had found an envelope full of money here, considering some fancy pants used to drive this thing. Dang it. No shortage of stuff to clean out of the front. Floor pans as well. Oh, that's nice. Another baking pan or something that was just screwed to the floor there for a repair. I'm sure breathing this stuff in is real good for you. That classic car, you are ruining it. I would have loved to seen it actually restored. Yeah, I'd actually love to see it set on fire right now. This thing's a turd. Oh, ground strap added to the clamp screw in the plastic of the HVAC stuff. That's some good quality work. I tell you what, the more I stare at that, the more I want to cut it. It's just a damn mess. It's filthy. It's nasty. It's rusty, ugly, and disgusting. So, without further ado, oh, snap my fresh blade. Oh, she wants to play dirty, huh? Well, Dirty's my middle name. No more cutting than I've done. Basically that centerpiece and this. And we are already cut out from this toe pan up here all the way to the next cross member over there. And as soon as we cut it out, I do believe this whole thing's cut out. Now there's some supports underneath here that run up to the firewall that ain't just gonna let the whole thing drop. But that's crazy, guys. I've cut about a foot worth of material And only got a foot to go, not even, and the whole floor would fall out of this thing. And they say I'm the one who ruined classic cars as I give this thing a new lease on life as an awesome redneck machine. That's what you want to be riding on. Let me pop down here and show you those supports. So those supports are pretty solid actually, and they look like they spot weld to what's left of our floor. In fact, those mounts I built, I ran over to that. And we have two options here, and we may end up exploring both. That side's so rusty, I think we can take our air hammer right there and probably bust those spot welds pretty quick, and that'll leave that wrapping down there. Other option is to just cut it right there where I welded my mount to it. Take that whole piece out of there. It really don't matter. Once we build back something, we'll just support the mount again. Neither one are hard or scary. Ow! Glad I put that glove on. You can see that lip right there, so we'll be able to find that other one pretty quick here. I'm usually not very good with an air hammer, so I'm going to quickly elect for option number 2. Then turn our blade into a lightning bolt. I knew that was about to happen. Luckily I cut that nice and straight. Guys, I'm just trying to whack that out of the way, then we can worry about squaring all that up and everything. Damn blade breaker. Yeah. 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 Sometimes you can have all this metal cutting stuff and you just need a good sketcher kick. Good old kick to the hind end will do the job sometimes. Once that cut through where that could pinch, it pinched. Now it's trying to take out another one of my blades. That thing laughed at my sketcher kick. My baby's solid. Found a hole. Hello, hidey hole. Think we're onto something. In fact, that wasn't too smart. Now the only thing that's got us is my support, because I got the old blade stuck on her. All right, looks like Bluetooth floor has entered the chat. Now, that's the majority of everything. And I gotta be honest, guys, this is probably about the lowest end build you're ever gonna see us do here at the Puddin's Fab Shop. I like to not eat rags like I almost tried to do. I always like to say, like, think Pole Barn Garage, what would he do? Well, he wouldn't have cut all that out, you know, he would have smacked some stuff down in there and self-tapered it. But what I'm getting at here is we're not doing, if we cut every bit of rust out of there to get rid of all that rust, we wouldn't have bottom of a car left. Now those inner rockers, outside rockers, I thought they were pretty solid. I welded to them, but that one, as it just rolled down and I pushed it up, it crunch, crunch, crunch. It's all rusty stuff, guys. I mean, that's all rust all the way up into here. So we'd be cutting the entire rockers out of this car. They got right up into this corner, so this whole thing. And this one just ain't worth it, guys. It's not worth the amount of time it would take, blah, blah, blah. Up here at the top's pretty solid, especially towards the top. So we may just take like some 1-inch square tubing and weld it, and then the sheet metal can go flush on all of this. So we can just add some cross runners, add some flat sheet metal, simple as can be strong enough where we don't fall through there, which would be nice. And up here, we may even go something a little more solid across there. And like I said, we'll have to tie that to it now. We don't want to hit a good bump going down the interstate at 70 and our car body come off the chassis. So pretty happy with that, guys. Creeping up on 11 o'clock now, so not too bad to go through there and get all that cut out to the point we're at. Next, we need to look at probably, well, we'll get some of this crap out of the way, but cutting out that firewall. And unfortunately, where that little HVAC box is right on the other side of that. So we may have to remove some of that HVAC stuff just so we can cut up into there like we need to. Now, we still got a little more cutting to do, but with such a mess going on, it's a good time to kind of stop and pick up, guys. I'm gonna work towards getting the HVAC out. There's just so much crap up here. Now right now, nothing's safe. Big or small, I'll strip it all, dang it. Cantilever rod, just for the gas pedal. That whole hinge setup, guys, was just for the gas pedal. That's wild. I may not brought a Phillips, but I got my trusty Kniffy on me, like always. As far as I'm concerned, all this wiring's junk. There's zero chance I'm gonna try to decipher any of this. We're just putting a small block in it. We'll probably get one of those very simple 12 circuit harnesses, or we may go with the like 20 circuit from the Speedway. Last I checked, those come with all the switches you could possibly need. They were like less than 200 doll hairs, and we could just swap this whole sucker to like a GM style harness. Very easy to run, especially when you don't need a lot of stuff, like we are not gonna need a lot of stuff. That being said, we'll leave this harness because that feeds our headlights and stuff. It looks like anyhow. So if that's still good, then we'll be able to tie into it. If it's all chewed up or not good, we'll just replace it. Y'all know when it comes to all this wiring, I ain't scared. Mama didn't raise no punt. And what do we got right here? Some little hidey hole of sorts. I guess that's how you used to get your fresh air on this rig. Yep, right there's the fan. And by fresh air, I mean you'd get your hot engine bay air, I guess. She's fine. Don't worry about that. Now, I started out there thinking and kind of hoping something out there would unbolt that helped here. Oh, look, that has a little latch. Literally one of them like little release ones. Boom. Oh, that one's already done. I thought there may be some studs or bolts out there. As much as I want to pretend that I care to properly disassemble all this, I don't. Well, someone could have used that on their old Mercedes. I'm gonna tell you, put damn vintage air in it for all I care. You're storing one of these to factory, you're crazy. That's what I say. Kill! All right, no more swinging, no more tugging, no more beating. Got the rest of that plastic out outside. This panel fell right down. Now we've got access to our tunnel hump thingy-mabobber. We'll even get that goofy gas pedal on out there. Victory! We've pulled enough trash out of that thing to justify a dumpster trip. Golly. When you cleaned out your classic vehicle project, how much crap did you find? What, I ain't allowed to go without you? He's not spoiled at all. Now, since we're considering reusing stuff like that column, blah, 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 I got to thinking about tubbing that firewall or cutting it out. Well, I have this left over. This is made by the Bolin Brothers, and it's for a Model A. And on the Model A firewall, there's some beads that run at a 45, and this will fit up in there, and that's their recess panel. Now for ours, I wanted to do that curved piece, and I changed the beads and stuff, so this didn't get used. However, for this, if it could fit in there, it may save us some time. Slide up. Now, well, there's some steering over there. It's gonna hit, but we could go plumb way up in there like that and just get super buck nasty, and maybe eventually pass our steering through that area. I think right in there is the kind of idea of where we would need to be. Boy, what a goofy steering column. I think we can just slice this stuff out of the way, knowing we don't need that shifter, knowing we'll probably swap in our column, cut it, get this plate out of here, then we can make that plate fit. This is gonna tunnel way higher than we need, but that's fine. Additional clearance is okay with me. Kind of suspected if we could get that freight up there that these wouldn't fight us too much on ripping out the firewall. This out of the way. Look at that, guys. That almost fits that. Like Mercedes knew we were going to use a Bolin Brother small block Chevy firewall swap. All right, she's good to go. Weld it. Now that'll hold it where we can eyeball it, and then we can mark around it instead of trying to hold that and do all that. It's pretty close to the same width and how it curves though. That's pretty wild. All right, snake back up in here. And this is such a tight fit that it's actually kind of hard to mark this. So I just got to kind of know that I basically need to go underneath that lip. Same over here. And over here, yeah, it looks like most of our cutting's just gonna be taking this top out. Don't worry about that. Nate Dogg was over here. We're talking about our future merch releases. I noticed my shoulder was bleeding just a little bit, and I looked, and guys, I've always had a mole right there. It ain't been a real big one, but I guess I bumped the edge of some of the sheet metal at some point, and it hit right where the edge is, and half that mole's hanging off. So I'm not good with stuff like that, but I did what I had to do. I got a fresh rag, grabbed that sucker and pulled, and I heard pop, and here we are. Did you see that? Freestyle, no marks. Eagle eye, all day long, baby. I'm not getting too wild here. We can do a little trimming and get that fitting just a hair better. We'll say overall my eagle eye cut did pretty stinking good. Ow. Now, we're not gonna spend a ton of time getting overly precise for something that's really not that important. I held her up where I'm pretty happy with it. You see me make a marker too. Boom, couple pieces of scrap. Now we can self-tap that up there where it can hold this, guys. Trying to hold that, there's just not gonna be a way to do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, forgot my safety glasses. Closing my eyes, we're going blind. Now, obviously I wasn't pushing hard there. You don't want to push hard with a grinding wheel, or cutoff wheel, I mean. Get that one started. Get that one started. That broke my tack. That's a thick one. She ain't gonna break. Now our fit up here is not the greatest, guys. Of course, it's closer at touching at the back than the front because that's a box piece. We can roll with it. There we go. That way it takes it up and over, and that makes that fit a whole lot nicer. I mean, it's sheet metal, so we've got some give to it. For now, I want to be able to build the floor up to this, guys, so I don't want to start welding it in, but we also want it a little more secure than what we had it with just 2 screws. So let's lock her in. Now that I've crawled up out of here, damn, guys. A little trim down work, and she's gonna look like she was meant to be. I done text the Bowling brothers. Asked Derek, I said, are you sure you didn't secretly base your firewall recess off of early Mercedes and not a Model A? And we ain't got no room for a gas pedal, but those are overrated. Shoot, that's a nice little strong platform right there off the corner to mount a gas pedal too, if you ask me. See, now you can see why I want to leave it like that, guys, because we can build up kind of to that. Well, we're going to have to cut some out, possibly, for the transmission. But this thing's body lifted so much, we may not have to. I don't think we're going to. Because what these were welded to, those big old hunking pieces were right in there. So maybe a little out of the middle, maybe. Right at 10 inches. And then right at 13 inches. On the center there, right at 13, right at 10. Boy, if that's gonna hit it, guys, it's gonna be the babiest little notch you've ever seen. If I'm being honest, we could spend the rest of the day trimming that one out, taking it on and off, then welding it in, and we probably still wouldn't get it all fully done. Maybe done enough for my liking for this. But we need to get some support back in this thing, especially so we can be able to set this down on here. So let's move on to there. I'm gonna say 52 7/8. All that metal's too nice for this thing. You start walking your way, I'll start walking mine. We'll get some rusty 1.5 and it'll be just fine. I've been cutting so much square tubing on the Lodestar. I ordered this off the Amazon. I don't remember, like maybe 10 bucks. And it's pretty cool because now I don't gotta keep trying to line up marks with our basic speed square. Should have bought one of them about 10 years ago. Special delivery! Perfect fit. That'll hammer down into place. And it looks like the same fit will work down through here. AKA, we might as well cut a couple more since we're set up for it. And I was planning on doing the 1x1, but for strength, and it seems like we can simply just add a few cross members set or sheet metal on and it'll be fine. Most of the weight of 2 grown men are going to be on that middle piece because that's where a lot of the weight's going to go, at the back of the seat. So we don't want to be bowing it. Now, if you're wondering why I'm cutting this with the old slice and dice, is I got that perfectly straight cutting saw right back there. Let's just be honest, okay? This project kind of screams angle grinder. I mean, we're going above and beyond by using the actual MIG with gas coverage and not using the Harbor Freight flux core or just damned old cracker box on it. 1.5 inches, Back there, since we've got that for support, we probably don't have to have 1.5 inches back there. Now also, let me say, I considered the idea of dropping the floor pans, because I know whoever sits in that back seat, their knees are going to be in their chest. But I don't ever plan on riding in the back seat, so whoever does, I think they'll be okay. I was lucky we ain't putting this damn C-purlin in there, as redneck as this thing is. Now I looked, we ain't got no rusty 1-inch square tubing, so we'll use a piece of our good stuff. That'll be all right. If we had some rusty stuff, I was gonna use it. I mean, she is a Mercedes, so she is a little fancy. We got a little bit of new metal going on at the front. She's gonna have new sheet metal floor, so I guess a nice fresh piece of 1 inch at the back ain't gonna hurt nothing. Really going all out here. The marker at 26 inches. Then I'm gonna give us a mark back 3/4 of an inch, because that'll be half of the 1.5 inches, so that gives us an edge to line up to. Now, this ain't our proudest work by any means, but we can still kind of line stuff up and square it up some. As long as she's flush and both the edges are hitting our mark on the back, we'll take that. I know you can't weld downhill because you don't get enough heat in it. But for some reason that weld sat there glowing orange for like 30 seconds after I welded it. Must not got enough heat in it. Anyhow, like I said, that metal up there is pretty good, so she welds pretty good. Now up there, because that's a little more of a gap because that corner's around it, I started to blow it out, so we'll have to turn that down just a hair to weld that. Now quite obviously I wanted that straight above those, where now we can add something off that to support that. Oh, my poor knees are killing me, guys. Man. Now this one, we're gonna just take it right here where these seat brackets were. I don't know about y'all, but this is looking pretty mud truck to me. All she's missing now is the yellow plug wires, MSD ignition box, and the damn upside down header zoomies through the hood like a demo derby car. Once again, good enough for this rig. Chicken rig. That may be the, nah, Mercedes will stay. Now my plan was back here to add that 1-inch square tubing across there. As you can see, that's some serious rot. That's really unfortunate. We should definitely do a very easy but strong, fast repair. Don't let that fiberglass fool you if both sides need it. Let's go 10 inches by 5. We'll do 16 inches and bend at 5.5. For this, we're going 4-inch wide and 1/8 inch thick. I know we'll have a chassis underneath this car. That'll help. That'll keep the car from ever breaking in half. But kind of where that's at, guys, if that ever starts collapsing in some or out, whatever, the body starts shifting, those rear doors may get where we can't open and close them. And this right here is just a very minimal effort. That puts a lot of strength in there if you think about where it's at, and if we get that area where it can't collapse, we may be preventing having to slam those doors in the rear and weld them shut one day. Bang. Got carried away. Went too far on that one too, damn overachiever. Swiss cheese it. Start with a little custom body work there to knock that corner in. And then do a little trace, little tracey trace. And we're pretty flush there, but because this kicks up, I don't know, it ain't perfect by any means, but she's certainly stronger than what's there. And I ain't gonna lie, guys, projects like this are kind of fun because we can just slap it together, so to speak. Weld in our spot welds, then we can pull our self tappers and weld it all up. A little too hot, but that's all right. We'll just go a little faster. Be all right for what we're doing. She'll hold or she won't. Man, my knees are hurting, guys. Kneeling on this concrete's killing them. We ain't have to do that in a minute. Not this much anyway. Gotta trim our one by just a hair. And it does appear this lip's gonna hit, so let's hit it. That's one way to do it. Dang, knocked the whole floor off there. Kind of set this one flush with the floor-ish. And that metal does kick that off, and that's bowing just a little bit, me sucking it back, but it don't matter, guys. It don't matter to me. Clamp right in the middle. Look at these, they're just kind of flopping now. So we're gonna cut so we can be able to clamp that and close that gap up a little more. Let's lop that off there. Clamp it. Weld it. Get the old measuring tape here. I'm hoping from the center of that to the edge of this is 48 inches or less. Oh yeah, about 46 and a half. And so we got some overhang about 55 inches. Our 18 gauge is 48 inches wide. And then I've got her cut into 5-foot sheets, AKA 60 inches. So we need to cut 1.5 inches off one edge and just 5 inches off the other edge. We'll be ready to lay just a big old sheet down in there. Holy sheet, it's gonna work. And my boy, Big Blue, why is James crying? Cause he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying, boy. He just got dunked on. Yeah. All right, guys, square her off. The electric nibbler, she's the perfect job for this, or perfect tool for this job. Perfect job for this tool. This is gonna be our rear. And at the rear, we're gonna come forwards 3/4 of an inch. And then, shoot, I don't know, every 7 inches or so, we'll do a spot weld. From the edge, I'd come in 2.5, so then you go every 7. And look, right out here in the middle, we ended up within an inch of each other right there. So on that one, we'll just split the difference right in the middle. And we're gonna do the same around this whole thing. Drilling tons of holes, my favorite. Observe, yes. I also drilled some down the middle to hit our other support. What y'all think I was doing, half-assing this thing? Actually, this is a pretty half-assed project. I'm floored at how well this fits. Kind of eagle eye it here side to side. Let's push back. And more than anything, I'm making sure we've got the same amount on that, or close to. Pretty happy with it right there. Install the no move around screws. And we're gonna just turn that welder up and zap, but we also gotta get a drill with this to get a drill bit, because we're gonna use a drill bit to clean down in them holes just a little bit. Hopefully find us a little bit of clean metal. Once again, I know this is half-assed, but my half-ass, like me and Polborn were talking about it, and I'm like, man, like doing this like this, I feel like I'm just really half-assing something. He was like, oh God, that's nicer than I'd ever fix it. And then he talks about, like, on his channel, if he does try to fix something a little nicer, people are like, how come you're doing that so nice? You know, get out the self-tappers. Just funny how I mean, obviously we're not the same, but it's funny how each channel has, you know, stuff it's all quote unquote allowed to do and then not allowed to do. Now, I did not deburr these neither. I just made sure to flip it where the burrs were up. I've got that baby set to kill mode. You can see how doing that we get some fresh metal showing. Hot tack coming right up. Well. Rev it up. What in the Billy boy we got going on here? How's you been doing, Bill? Pretty good?
Jetting it.
It looks like you're sweating. AC ain't working.
Wasn't going fast enough. Forgot to open up my scoop.
Bill finally got insurance on that thing and had fixed a few other things he wasn't happy with. He's been driving her around, guys, getting after it. So we can clamp that, keep welding. What do you think of my floor here, Bill?
Looks like pole barns have been here again.
That's what I was kind of referring to.
Looks like all it needed, though.
Yeah, for what it is.
Yeah.
She good. All right. Well, a lot more welding. Only had one blowout over there. Other than that, none of it really fought me. Now, the day went pretty good. I do got to quit for the day, guys. And I got to get in that house and shower or I'm going to be in trouble because we're about to have to hit the road. Getting this back cross member in here ended up taking longer, working it into place and building those corners. I really wasn't thinking about doing that. If it was not for those corners, we probably would have got my goal done, which would be now at this point. I know we're not going to have time to build that front toe board. So at this point, I was going to jack the body up, back on the lift, roll the chassis back underneath it, line everything back up, and then just cut us a couple pieces to tie those mounts to the new cross member. And we'll probably just have to get out here first thing Saturday morning and get that done because we got to get it done. This car has to go out of the shop. It's not even on the schedule to work on next week. Good morning. Great news, folks. Hot Rod, they went and they won state yesterday, first place. Very proud of them girls. KK, her and her team, they did get beat out in the very last match at regionals, but they played hard. They've had a great season. That one was a hard watch just because it was, that makes it KK's last volleyball game ever. And if I didn't feel like I'd been hit by a truck right now, I would maybe even consider crying. Guys, we've been going. This sleep apnea thing, I hope they get that damn sleep study done soon and they detect it. They give me a CPAP or whatever that thing is, and then I quit feeling like death when I wake up. Anyhow, the goal this morning is just to get this body back on. How's the seats, manager? Pretty good? But Puddin', the way you did that floor, you won't even be able to put those bucket seats back in. I don't care. They can get lifted up too. I would have done this. Get you on and do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Got her close to lined up. She needs to drop down probably about another 2.5 inches. And as suspected, we're starting to hit our transmission. So we just need to cut a little giveaway for now. Get crawled up here. Oh no, it did appear to be hitting the distributor. I didn't even look at that. I just assumed it was clearing. The whole thing needs to come back an inch or so. If it comes back, then we may not have to notch it as much because it's going to be further back. Of course, it does look like it's running at an angle, so we may be able to pull the 1/4 inch or the tappers down there and just shove the bottom back. Except we may run out of, yeah, I don't really know, guys. This is why we did self-tappers. Woo! Take that 1/2 inch that away, it's gonna take that top back too. That's where we were, that's where we are. Yes, yes, yes! That helped a ton. Look, slapped our cap on. Look at all that clearance we got back there now. It does need to come back just a hair, but we are still barely hitting. I thought for now, it may be faster to just do some temporary relief cuts, bend that up. But the way this is going, I think I'm just creating additional work. That's what she needed. Of course, we'll clean that up when we finish those floors up. For now, this is sat down, bolts are started, and this is pretty level to that cross member. Very simple solution for our mounts here. That cross member 0, so we set this one to 0. Now we'll be able to weld that. We can do the same on the back, be able to box it fully in, be nice and strong. Body's back on, we've got a roller, guys. Let's check her out. Boom, that's it, guys. Looks like we're gonna have good clearance back there, nice and easy to work on now. That turned out a whole lot better and a whole lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. First time I ever put them together and I seen that, I was like, oh man, that's gonna suck. So I know the Mercedes ain't some of y'all's thing, but you ought to just try having some fun sometimes and throw some redneck stuff together.
A 4-wheel drive Mercedes?
What else could you ask for?
Yeah,
you know?
like Christmas.
Or like just the crap at the old shop, getting those little mini trucks running and ramping them in the backyard and stuff. Sometimes, guys, you just got to have some fun. This is just a little bit bigger version of having a little bit of fun. Bill just showed up for a Saturday morning delivery. He had some leftover mounts from his project. That's gonna be perfect, maybe for some rear mounts, up here a core support mount. So I'm very happy with the progress. I'm very happy we spent 2 days on this thing, did 2 second channel videos. Now we've got a good drivetrain in, and we are rocking and rolling towards getting stuff hooked up and having a runner driver here, guys. So thank y'all so much for being here on the second channel. It means the world to me and my girls, my family. Thanks for supporting us. And much other than that, guys, it is Saturday, so I'm gonna finish cleaning up a little bit and then go spend some time with them girls. And of course, we're on puddinsfabshop.com. If y'all want some of that good quality merchandise, y'all doing that is what really helps support these projects and lets us build ridiculous stuff like Mud Sadies. So thank y'all for all the support there.
I like that.
You've never heard me call it the Mud Sadies?
It's going in the mud now.
That one got Bill there. We're on the Patreon, on the Facebooker, on the Instagrammer, all that other stuff. And I will see y'all in the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!